My first time experiencing rainbow was when I was only 5 or 6. Nana served on the board for Boulder Assembly in California, and I attended the 2002 California Grand Assembly. I knew even then that I wanted more than anything to be a Grand Officer. But where I lived in California, the closest assembly would be over an hour away, thanks to LA traffic. When we moved to Las Vegas, my ability to be a Rainbow Girl changed. I attended the 2008 California Grand Assembly with my cousins and Lemon Grove Assembly. It was then that I met Heather Castile and received a petition. I was initiated into Las Vegas number 9 in March of 2008 at 13 years old. At first, I really had to juggle rainbow and figure skating. I was on a competitive team of 10 girls who had a weekly practice that ended at 6:30 on Tuesdays, which was the start time for number 9 meetings. Until I was elected to the line, I had only ever seen opening at initiation and OBs. The first line office I ever held was Hope, since there was a break in the line. In fact, although I have been worthy advisor twice and for 2 different assemblies, I have never served as Faith. I served number 9 as worthy advisor when I was 15 in 2011. I joined number 8 after I had completed my term as worthy advisor. Since then, I have found Boulder to be the best place to call home. And Boulder has supported me through it all, not only through the support as worthy advisor and 4 grand offices now, but also through the training and winning of my 3rd gold medal at the State Games of America, my 6 months as a Senate page that defined my life in so many ways, and the choice to change high school's senior year. You know it's home when you never feel uncomfortable there, no matter what the circumstances may be. I thought a lot about the things I learned in my time in Rainbow and the things I would want to share with those who were to come after me. One of the biggest struggles every assembly has, to some degree, at some point in time, is the ability to see the very thin line that is drawn when we say this is a girls' organization. 11 to 20 is a very big age group, and the juggle of rebellious teenage girls that need to be taught where to draw a line, and adults who need to remember that they are advisors and that freedom is necessary for things to grow. This struggle is one that I have seen both up close and from a distance. Like most things in life, every situation is different, and I have experienced both when adults are totally out of line and when girls need to calm down and listen just a little better. From my experience, I have finally begun to see a system that works. In the last 3 years, Boulder has done its best to break out of outdated rules and traditions and give both the girls and adults an environment to grow together as a family and expand as an assembly. It shows simply in the numbers. Of 22 girls on the roster, 21 are considered active. When I have been asked by both girls and adults how we do it, I tell them that it starts with communication. The best thing girls can do is ask questions, and the best thing an adult can do is answer them. This is a girls' organization, and we as girls should have the power to know and understand everything that goes on. If you don't understand something, ask why. Why do we say this? Why do we wear this? Why do we do things in this order? Why have we never tried it this way? And then the key is where the adult actually answers and keeps answering until the girls have the best understanding they could possibly have. In those conversations is where change is made. This is a liberal and organic process. It requires both girls to learn to think like adults and see that some things are more proper and realistic even if they aren't considered fun. And it requires adults to remember that this is a different time and that girls today are thinking and doing things differently than they did when they were young. Today we live in a world of change and a world that accepts pluralism, accepting more than one idea. When I served as a Senate page, I learned that growing up in Las Vegas is truly a gift. Here you grow up in a world where everyone comes from a mixed background and everyone accepts unconventional ways of doing things. You learn to accept everyone and everything. a city that gracefully balances the two ideas that put it on the map. A true, wild, undeveloped Western town where one conservative group can come to escape religious persecution and one group can build a multi-billion-dollar industry from the ideas of sin. We need to embrace the same idea of pluralism in Rainbow. And Boulder has been great about this. At our meetings, it is completely normal to sing "Blessed Be the Tide That Binds," then march out to a Screamo song. And it is these things that keep the girls coming back. It is important that we don't let the ideas of the past destroy us. Embrace pluralism. It can help Rainbow grow. Accept that every girl comes with a different set of skills and help her find them and make the best of them in this loving environment. Because this should be a loving environment. Bullying should be unacceptable. Lately, bullying has been on the rise everywhere, and Rainbow has not been immune. I have seen girls bully girls, adults bully adults, and adults bully girls. If we don't stop, it will become an epidemic. If you see something that you think is wrong, stand up. My whole life, I was never the popular girl. I have just never been able to keep up with what was cool. I spent a lot of time being shuttled from school to figure skating, and being an only child, I went to a lot of dinners and parties where I was the only kid, which led me to spend more time reading than anything else. I often got picked on because of the things I said were weird, I answered too many questions in class, and the Harry Potter t-shirts I wore weren't cute. But I got through it. I never had much patience for petty high school girls, and I tried my hardest to escape as quickly as possible. But still to this day, the worst moments in my life are when I approach a group of girls just trying desperately to be friends with them, and all they do is make fun of me and do everything in their power to just make me go away, without ever taking a minute to actually get to know me. This is still happening at 20 years old, which in my opinion is completely immature and ridiculous. But no matter how much I try to be above it, this bullying still deeply hurts every time. And it needs to be stopped. Everyone needs to do more. It is not enough to just say that we should be nice to each other. If you see bullying, you need to say something. And if you are in an authority position, you should take it seriously and do something about it right then. I could stand up here and tell you millions of ways to stop bullying, but it really starts with you. You have to decide to not be a mean person. And I ask this, why, if life is so short, do you want to spend it being mean? Life should not be full of all that negativity. That is the thing I love most about being a Boulder girl. We're always working towards being positive, and everything we do has to be fun. These girls are growing up together, and it shows in so many ways. Our meetings are by far the most fun in the state. Our adults sit back and let us be sassy and full of insanity. When Brianna, Tasia, and I turn sunshine and rain in what can only be described as a sketch comedy routine, it really is the funnest and greatest time in the world. We dance and we're always full of life. Being a part of this assembly is the greatest gift I have ever received. The girls are the ones that let me be a mentor and a role model. And it is a great honor that they see me this way. I always do my best to make sure that the girls come first. I want each of them to love being a rainbow girl as much as I do, and have as much fun as possible. This should always be the #1 goal. It is what will keep us growing and strong. And to all the girls, these are the best pieces of wisdom I can give you. Never stop changing. Never stop asking questions and taking chances. Stand up for what you believe in, and don't be afraid to speak up when you don't think something is right. Fall in love with everyone and everything that makes you happy. Never stop believing in not only yourself, but in the things and people that matter the most. It is never too late to get a new dream and start over. And most importantly, do what makes you happy. because in the end, you are the only one that has to live with your choices, and your happiness depends solely on your ability to find your own happiness. Thank you.